cake rings. There's a wedding back there somewhere that way. Well, a wedding party, let's put it that way. Anyway, I'm doing all these beach videos. I don't know how long this will last. Hopefully you can get it. Of course, the times will change. It'll get dark around this time. I'm not sure when that occurs. So yeah, I've been visualizing this moment here, or what I have to say. I downloaded I mentioned something yesterday about it in the webinar in the beginning, and I'm about to expand on that. I've been talking about this stuff here and there, but it feels like it's time to, really put it out there. First off, 800 generals got together next week, which is October. I feel like October 1st, I'm kind of trying to take it easy. But I felt October 1st yesterday. I felt October 19th. I got also October something. Who knows? Something has to give. I'm tired of tapping into it, especially when you get nowhere. I'm already worn out from work situation. I did make some changes that actually helps me in the long run. Just protects my energy, as you're saying, at work and everything. It's a good thing, actually. It came out of nowhere. That's a good thing. If stuff comes out of nowhere, just go for it. Yeah, it's funny how it takes a year for things to, you give a relationship a year, or a potential one. Work situation, give it a year. After that, you change tides. So yeah, at work I've been working for nothing, and they're benefiting from it. And I kind of letting it go. I don't know. We're into some transition deal, and now things have been a lot more calmer than they were before. So anyway, I'm getting, basically I'm working for peanuts, so I'm trying to repair, I'm not working for peanuts, let's put it that way. It's a little bit more stable. Of course, all things have changed. Never changes the way you think you're going, or whatever, just either way. But the main thing is, it's funny, there's a dog out there somewhere. You can't see it, but surfs up. What I got to download on was, this is nothing new, but just kind of reiterating it. Like I said, I mentioned some of this yesterday. It happens to be whatever things are coming, something's coming. It'd be nice to know what the hell it is. China going to blow us in the next Kingdom Come. 800 generals. 800 generals? What the generals you need over there? They still can't get anything right. Anyway, the next AI video, the alien video, has to do with some of this stuff too. It might trigger some people, but not that most people care anyway. But it's like the majority of society is in a Borg, like from Star Trek, and they're plugged into the system, majority, and they love themselves some chaos, as you can see. Like I said, it's stuff I've talked about before. But literally, I got a download. I was like, so those that are outside the matrix, we'll just use those terms. It's easier to understand it. You're still in the third dimension, but you're outside the programming. But you're still on the ship. The majority are plugged in. I don't care how spiritual these people say they are. Spiritually and plugged in. Like I mentioned about the conventions and how two-faced a lot of those are. And you go there and get attacked, and even the ones that are running it are corrupt. A lot of it is that way, and this is the spiritual groups. It really those that are snapping out of the matrix and seeing the evildoers, you want to call it that, I'm not going to mention him, but I could. I'm not going to. It doesn't do any good. Nobody cares what I think anyway. Yeah, what's the point? I mean, they're being fed all of that programming. They like it. And that was the other thing. So you have, the majority plugged into the matrix, different versions of it. Some people are trying to break free. It's not as easy as it sounds, but it can be done. It doesn't have to be a complete hell, but it's not great, but at least you're not part of the system. Not that to be judgmental or anything, but at least you're not plugged in, and you can guarantee yourself you're not coming back to this place, that's for sure. But these others, they say they're not going to come back here. They keep asking, but they're still playing around with their crap. They're still plugged into the system. So, hey, this world's got room for them. They'll keep, they can keep coming back over and over again. They're not. Yeah, it's the candy of chaos. Even with the spiritual groups, it's sugar-coated chaos. And like the big channels that are out there, they just put a bunch of convoluted nonsense and chaos connected to it. Some are Captain Chaos spiritual. Well, I'm not gonna talk Space Ark, man. Yeah, even ones that come off all friendly and nice and all, it's still more. Yeah, but it's like a psychotic talking to everyone like a sociopath. Being all nice and manipulative. Crazy way. It looks like she's getting younger. People aren't seeing it. The demonic beings that are playing with people. Demonic ones, are going to be harder for them to. They're the last ones to think it'll be revealed, if anything gets revealed. They're. I don't know. They're not exactly the smartest beings, but the tricksters with a lot of power. Let's put it that way. Doesn't mean they're smart or anything. They're just, whatever, parasites. Whatever. Some of them are nice-looking parasites, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But the matrix, so the Borg, those are plugged into the system, the matrix system. It's kind of, what I got was like a Minority Report. I don't have the name of the place they go to, but it's where they go. It's a part where people can go there and their wildest dreams come true. Be congratulated by everybody. They're dating someone attractive and so on. They get what they want. They go. That's the Borg system. That's the system. People are just sucking on chaos, and they're afraid of people like myself because they've been so plugged in. That's all they know. People like me are scary. They're okay, whatever. That's all they know, because they. The other thing I saw was like an Archon library, and people go browse. It's the physical realm and all of that, but some get actually sucked into this thing. You say tricked into it. There's different ways of looking at it. They get pulled into the Archon library, and it's one thing browsing and looking around, but they can still, I'm not sure how that works exactly, but those that get pulled in, I guess you just browse. I don't know. I would say the majority are pulled. Either way, there's different versions of this, but some people that get pulled in, it kind of takes over them, removes their thought patterns, really controls them. And, it can even corrupt their higher self, their higher being, and do all kinds of shit. And to get to people like myself, Yeah, it's really messed up. I get doppelganger energy too. I think it can be copied. It's so fucked up. It's a trickster. Anyway, they get tricked into be pulled into that system. They think they can get stuff, and it doesn't always work out that way. So it's a lot of, that's when it comes down to it, it's the chaotic frequencies that I talked about in the past. And like when the aliens show up, they're at more of a peaceful frequency. Of course, these are chaotic people. That's the funny thing. They want this new Earth situation. But it's like they don't want to change themselves. They just want this high vibrational earth, but they cannot change themselves. And I'd be surprised how chaotic they are. And they put this fake positivity, the face on. They're so good at it. And it's just, yeah, I guess they just become good at hiding psychoticness and all this stuff. Yeah, it's just whatever. Like I said, when the aliens do appear, whenever that comes, but a lot of our infrastructure has to break down. And they can see all this shit. They can see from a mile away. So, yeah, I don't know exactly where the future holds with all this. In the long run, it's just if we're going to have a war or whatever it might be, it has, like I said, it has to be, I felt like I said yesterday, it has to be some kind of chaotic event, because, we're people here love themselves some drama. So it's just they're manifesting it themselves, or they're not doing anything, not changing, not improving, not really. Some are, not many. Yeah. If all these so-called positive people were actually legit, we won't have a war. And you would already see major changes right now of just a better world in general, even probably less financial gain. And, you don't need it anymore, because you don't need, you just attract what you need or attract whatever, and you don't need this financial system anymore, and this whole system here breaks down. But you're not seeing that. Many are kind of frozen. Not everybody, of course, but a good portion of society is frozen and just it's going in a circle, going nowhere, which I've talked about before. I guess this is the end game. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, I feel like some kind of chaotic event has to happen. And of course, I guess other people know everything. You hear all some of these conspiracy theorists are just nothing but chaos. And keeping people from finding inner peace, and they're scared all the time, and they just get back to the earth. The leave here is like, damn, so I fucked that all up. They might not know until after they're out of here. So many are stagnant here, man. I can feel it. I can feel those that are actually spying on me, I can feel that. That's why I mentioned it here. Those that are doing it, there's only one that I know that's being a real pain in the ass. Other ones are not malicious at all. One's kind of malicious a little bit. I'm mentioning it here because then maybe they'll, shove it up his ass, basically. Yeah, it's gross. That's fucking gross. Yeah, it's just a parasite, basically. I'm not trying to be a victim of that, but I can feel that shit. It's just, it's talking about invading one's privacy and all that shit. And I don't think we don't know it. I'm fucking ignorant here, Just saying. Yeah, and of course it's the love and light people, calling me fucking negative, and it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, whatever you say. Yeah, you can put on the positive persona all you want. Yeah, they put on the positive pictures on Facebook and positive, but behind the scenes, it's the opposite. Deception. So, whatever. I'll be in general, but But yeah, this is all stuff. Yeah, I don't know what. It's a strange pause. It's good in a lot of ways. You can't worry about it. It's so bizarre. It's just, you get used to a certain way of doing things. And either way. But really it comes down to it is, even if you're aware of your own chaotic energies and you don't let it take you over. You don't let it rule over you. Because some are chaotic and just, they like to secretly stab people energetically, be a little bit wicked, and then put, oh yes, I'm also great and pretty. I'm part of these positive groups, I'm good. But actually just a piece of shit. like I had that happen at a conference. Yeah. Love and light and psychotic all over. It's like a little red devil. Like you're sitting next to them and like their tail comes and stabs you. But love and light though. Fuck these people. Fucking piece of shit. I mean, it's true. I mean, it's like, and yeah, the religious energies. Yeah, I mean, they're in their little cubby hole. Like you say, those that are aware of the aliens is great and everything, but it's just, it's like I'm aware of the aliens, but I'm still a chaotic, psychotic mess. And there's some spiritual groups that are stay the hell away from them, like Cult Central, and just it's all chaos. It's like protecting the channeling psychotic that's running the show. Like he's surrounding himself with psychotics, not mentioning names. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that one. Never said enough of that. But yeah, this is I get the end game energy. I don't normally feel that or even say that. Well, we saw what happened to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's funny when they're using that terminology. It's like that's a weird way of. The title makes no sense. The movie wasn't that good either. It's like, why would you put a title like that? Like I said, I guess you're ending your cinematic universe, and sure enough, they did. Not the same, that's for sure. That went out in a blunder too, but either way, I guess it doesn't matter what they throw at people. They just who cares. So yeah, this is. Oh yeah, but those that are like carrying the chaotic energy, and at least they know about it, and they're trying to put some kind of like not let it control them. Like it's like you're not, you know it's there, even if you get mad or psychotic at someone, but you catch yourself. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but at least you're trying to, not conceal it, but heal it. You're actually trying to do something. It might not see a whole lot of progress, but you're at least putting effort into it. That's something. I don't know. It's hard to diagnose everyone, but if you're really putting some effort into it, you're getting somewhere with it. If you say you're healing and you're not doing anything, and you're telling people off whatever part of the high vibrational fakeness, whatever, right? You have all these spiritual modalities. Where should I put my bed in my room, for the higher frequencies or feng shui and all? Okay, that's great and everything. What the fuck? First off, trust your own intuition. And why are you asking a psychotic about that? A spiritual NPC that's apparently not seeing their spiritual teacher that's been mentally checked out. And who knows what's going through that thing. So you're asking that thing for advice, so that shows you got a long ways to go. So... just the way it is. That's cool. Is that the government? I think just joyriding or something like that. It's not. It's just a private helicopter. You don't see that very often. That's something. Take what you can get. This is exciting. It's gonna get here. Well, then again, I guess you never know, right? What things are, it depends on what's coming in October. God, if this is going to be a war, I have no idea. Anything's synchronicity with the jet skis and stuff, but I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, I don't normally see jet skis out here. I was looking at jet skis before this. I'm not buying them, but anyways, a bit of synchronicity there. So yeah, this just I guess we'll wait and see what else. I mean, I do these just to keep talking and maybe snap some out of their comfort zone and find themselves and pull away from it. Because some of these spiritual groups, I see like I don't look at all. I don't look at any of them really, but the ones that do come to I've become aware of, like some Palladian beings here. They might be attractive, female, for example, but they're kind of mixed up, you know. You know, they might have even a large following. I've been on all these spiritual group channels and all that, looking pretty and whatever the hell it is. But still some inner chaos that has not been healed. So it's like, yeah, you're screwed up as an alien. Now you're here doing your same screwed up shit. I've also seen some of these spiritual groups, yeah, so cult leaders, where, yeah, one of them's like a screwed up spirit guide. This here is like a bad spirit guide. And I guess you brought her badness here and making herself feel better about herself. Has a big, large following, throwing BS everywhere, and just, you know, I guess it's almost like getting kicked out of heaven. It almost feels that way. Yeah. Well, came to the right place, right? Well, yeah, because like, these people will love me because they're all psychotic like I am. So, but yeah, people like myself are here just to put this out there. People don't care, you know, whatever. Can't worry about it. Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's. You see, it's like, damn, dude. Damn. So that's where the world is, huh? Nowhere. I mean, I already know that personally. Is like I'm in the middle of nothing. It's just, yeah, it's like it's best to avoid than be around this, you know, crap. These people have nothing to offer, but they're just their own freaking crap. So anyways, just, yeah, protect yourself. And what's coming in is, yeah. I don't know if it's all going to be like dishing out truths and all that. Who knows? Maybe here and there. People here don't want the truth, though. They just want to play with their madness. And then blame the Illuminati or blame somebody. Blame the reptilians, whatever it is. Even the reptilians, it felt like even them coming here is like, damn, this place is worse than our world. I felt that a long time ago, actually. Yeah, I felt the other feline worlds like this too. But yeah, this one takes the cake. But then they're proud of it. Say, hey, we're chaotic. We're proud of our chaotic energies. Okay. I mean, you're not going anywhere, but all right. Yeah, it's like little monsters sitting around, a campfire. Just, like little trolls sitting in there, telling everybody about how positive they are and everything. And they're just enjoy that. And they do it because also they can do a lot of deception behind the scenes. And it just gets freaking old. So yeah, it's the best thing is to have good intentions and just, yeah, like some of these podcasters are dishing out I feel they just don't care, and just they're part of the system. They're sold out somewhere, and just they're like the attention they're getting, and they don't care if they're psychotic. They just whatever. It doesn't matter because those that are here as a watcher too. Like, you feel like you should say something, but instead just stay quiet. You can say all kinds of stuff, but sometimes it's best just to stay quiet and just let the chaotic masters say their thing. And watching them as an observer, watching them doing their little stuff. So, they're basically just digging themselves a hole. And a lot of times they don't even know it. They get a large following, and just the karma just builds and builds and builds. They can turn, if you're like a corrupt podcast, for example, a spiritual podcast, but nothing but chaos, nonsense, everything about the secret space program, and you're just messing with people, basically. And you decide to turn that around and be, first of all, I think I mentioned this before, first off, I don't believe it. Which says a lot, right? And I think once their soul gets to a certain level, they can try to be good, but I don't know if they can really do it. No. Yeah, scum is scum. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them too. Yeah, just like little cult leaders and whatever they're called, whatever. Yeah, like their Telegram, yeah, is all filled with psychotics, which is an indication of, high vibrational psychoticness. Okay. It's like, this is not high vibrational anything. Yeah, if you have trolls messing with your channel all the time and stuff like that, there's no, it's like, no. I mean, sometimes they might have that, but in those cases, they have not healed themselves at all. And why bother? If you're having more fun being a psychopath, why bother? It's more fun. Connect to the inner devil, right? Yeah, it's quite the, and so, which comes to mind also, I don't know, so like an implosion, or whatever's coming, like eventually economics, and those that are putting their noses up to all this, like even those I try to help, or who are not internet but personally or whatever, and just tell me F off, I'm this, I'm that, and just laughing all the way to the bank, whatever. And then the implosion comes, and their job security goes away, and they get swept up into the system and whatever, and here to give them guidance and find a lighter, better side of themselves, just guiding, and it's like, no, I'm just gonna get swallowed up by the whatever is coming, and so be it. So that's what a lot of this is about too, even if we're not aware of it. I felt that a while back. It's like, okay, I'm thrown under the bus. Yeah, what's new, right? And whatever is coming in, it's a slow moving ship, but it's slowly like eroding infrastructure little by little. I'd say where I am is perfect. It's kind of like Noah's Ark situation, kind of like the flood's coming, and it's like, fuck you. Okay. And then the storm comes, and you're on at least a higher peak, and you're feeling the storms and all that, but you're not gonna swept away and taken out. So I'm not saying everybody's gonna go through that, but I'm just putting it as an example. That's all. I'm not trying to, but you don't believe in this, you're gonna get swallowed up by a whale or something. I'm not saying that. But there are cases where they're given chances to. Individuals are given chances to look at things differently. Yeah, that was the other thing. Some people just get put into like personal relationships. They're just like haven't healed themselves, and they're just into chaos. So you keep attracting in and just give them something to bitch about. The other part is you're there to actually help others, and you go through their turmoil and all that, but you actually are there to help them. Even if they're, horrible to you, give them a lifeline, and they keep cutting that lifeline. It's like, okay, and that's when you give them like a year, and it's like, hey, that's it, and then they get chopped up to little pieces or whatever the hell is coming in. So, whatever, that's where the soul needs to go. It's where it needs to go. So, this is luckily this is temporary. Jeez. But for some, this is they think they got it all worked out, working out for them, and then, whatever. Anyway, I think that's about it. We just leave it at that. So, all right, blessings.